Hello, fifth graders, parents, and grandparents that may be seeing this as a recording, Officer Sarah, and fifth grade teachers. While we're not quite all in the same physical space for this graduation, our time together this year is certainly an improvement over past years. I know that the pandemic has impacted all of us, and of course, that is why we aren't able to have your parents and grandparents here today to join in a real-time celebration. Did you know that the last time fifth graders had a typical school year was when you were in second grade? In March, your third grade year, we moved to distance learning. During your fourth grade year, we were in hybrid, distance learning, then in person, and some of you did distance learning the entire year. We know that this year we have been able to be in person more, and yet the continuation of COVID may have impacted some of you if you've needed to quarantine. We are getting closer to normal, but not quite there yet. Thank you for persevering through it all, everyone. For some of you, this marks your 6th year as a Sunset Hill student. I know your teachers, all of them, not just your current 5th grade teachers, would say that you've taught them as many things as they've taught you. There are always comments about positive attitudes, sense of humor, and laughter. Laughter is a really good thing, especially during these times, so keep it up. I hope that these qualities are ones you will continue to build upon and take with you the rest of the year and when you leave Sunset Hill. One of the goals of our D.A.R.E program is to ensure students are given a variety of tools and strategies that help enable them to navigate challenging situations where they are able to recognize and resist pressure that might influence their decisions to make good choices. The decision-making model that is stressed and reinforced throughout the D.A.R.E training provides foundational skills which are beneficial and important as you become young men and women that will be faced with a variety of social pressures. Today, you will each receive a D.A.R.E t-shirt, and I hope that it will serve as a long-standing reminder of your commitment to doing the right thing, regardless of how hard it might be. Wear it with pride. Our society is full of pressures that can influence you to be less than your best. Parents, we know you are your child's first teacher, and we thank you for all the support, encouragement, and guidance that is provided on a daily basis. Students, what you've learned throughout this program helps in building character. Believe me, you will have many instances in life when you will need to make decisions that will have a long-term impact on you and those you love. Be wise, thoughtful, caring, and continue to do what is right, even when nobody is looking. We call that integrity, and we talk about that here at Sunset Hill. Help a friend make the right choice if they need assistance. A special thanks again to Officer Sarah and the 5th grade teachers for their dedication to this program. As a school community and district, we are thankful for the partnership we have with the Plymouth Police Department and community. Thank you for your commitment to the Wayzata Public Schools. Congratulations again, students, and good luck. We believe in you.
Hi everyone, I'm Officer Sarah Clace. I'd like to welcome you to our modified version of our D.A.R.E graduation. I have been a police officer with the City of Plymouth for 9 years, and as a police officer, my main job is to serve the City of Plymouth by responding to emergency calls. However, I also have another very important job, and that's the job of a D.A.R.E officer. As a D.A.R.E officer, my main job is to help teach youth through our D.A.R.E program. I'm super excited because the students have worked very hard over the last 10 weeks, and I'm proud to celebrate them today as they graduate from the D.A.R.E program. I myself graduated from the D.A.R.E program when I was in 5th grade, and to this day I still remember my D.A.R.E officer, Officer Gottwald. In fact, I actually grew up in the City of Plymouth. I went to Plymouth Creek Elementary, East Middle School, and Wayzata High School. So I'm very lucky to work for the city that I grew up in and give back to my community, and I'm really excited to be in their schools. The D.A.R.E program itself began in Los Angeles in 1983 as a substance abuse program, and today the mission is a little bit different. It's teaching students good decision-making skills to help them lead healthy and safe lives. D.A.R.E has been so successful that it's currently being implemented in 75% of our nation's school districts and in more than 52 countries around the world. D.A.R.E is designed as a 10-week course that is taught by a licensed police officer which teaches students a variety of lessons revolving around self-awareness and management, responsible decision-making, understanding others, relationship and communication skills, and handling responsibilities and challenges. In order for an officer to be able to teach the D.A.R.E program, each officer must attend a 2-week course where we learn the D.A.R.E material and how to teach the program to all different ages. This 2-week course also includes grown adults getting up in front of each other and singing songs that we have to make up, dancing, and performing skits for one another. So in a normal graduation, I always ask the audience to take a moment of silence for our egos that were a little bit bruised by the time that we graduated. And all joking aside, I became a D.A.R.E. I have been teaching D.A.R.E for 5 years, and I've come to understand why it is that they have us get up in front of one another to sing, dance, and most importantly, laugh at ourselves. For me personally, D.A.R.E is about creating a safe and fun environment for youth to learn how to handle difficult situations that they may encounter as they progress through life. But it also gives me a very unique opportunity to get to know the future of my community. And it also provides the 5th graders the opportunity to get to know me on a personal level and who's really behind the badge that I wear on my chest. So each week, I would teach the students a lesson that was based on a certain topic. A few of those topics that we covered were the effects of drugs and alcohol in their lives and in their bodies, risks and consequences of their decisions, peer pressure, bullying, and helping others. Each week, the students would use a tool called the D.A.R.E decision-making model to help them make safe and responsible choices. When they are presented with a difficult situation or a challenge, they can use this tool to define, assess, respond, and evaluate each of their options so they can make a responsible choice. Typically, like I said, I would have a whole crowd in front of me, so I still want to acknowledge a couple people. The first that I would acknowledge is the teachers and faculty, and I would like to thank them for supporting these students and giving them a foundation to build on as they progress through their education. And without their support, I would not be able to come into the schools and teach such an amazing program. The second that I would like to acknowledge is the parents and family of my D.A.R.E students. Their journey is just beginning, and they're going to need a strong support system, good role models, and guidance as they move through life and become the young men and women of our community. And I trust that you will all empower your children to take positive risks, which is something that we talk about, and in their lives, and while still making safe and responsible choices. And then finally, to my D.A.R.E students, I'm very proud of each one of you. As you move on in life, I hope that you will use the tools and the things that you have learned over the last 10 weeks to become good citizens in your community, and that you will always strive to make a difference. It has been an honor to teach each one of you, and I congratulate you on completing the D.A.R.E program. So, normally, at the end of D.A.R.E, each student is given an assignment to write an essay, which we still did. I asked them to write about what they learned in D.A.R.E and what D.A.R.E meant to them. And after reading all of the D.A.R.E essays, 4 students were chosen to read their essays for you. So from Mr. Haldine's class, Bennett was the winner. In Mrs. Metling's class, it was Nanditha. In Mrs. Seeley's class, Callum was chosen. And in Mr. Peterson's class, Aubrey was chosen. So I told the students this as well on my last D.A.R.E lesson day, but just because you weren't chosen doesn't mean you didn't write a good essay. I was very impressed with them all, and I'm very proud of each one of you.
Ever wondered about the effects of alcohol and drugs? Did you know that alcohol can cause cancer and bad breath? Drugs can also cause mental health disorders. The risk of alcohol and drugs are many injuries and problems with the body. Sometimes drugs and alcohol can even lead to death. Alcohol also gives bad breath and mouth sores. Drugs can also be very addictive. A lot of money is spent on drugs, cigarettes, and alcohol, so do not smoke or use drugs. Ways you can reduce alcohol and drugs in your community. You can reduce them by not using them yourself and helping others not drink or do drugs. You can also help people stop their addiction. Confident communication can help because you can help people stop smoking or using drugs, just like helping your community. Confident communication can also help with many other things like standing up for others if people are trying to make them do bad decisions, or like if someone is getting bullied. What I'm trying to say is that confident communication is a very important and good skill. How you can use confident communication in your everyday life is to stand up for yourself and others. It is basically just like the examples of confident communication. D.A.R.E to me means describe the problem, assess the problem, make choices, and solve the problems, and think about the decision you made. D.A.R.E to me also means safety. To me, it is like ways to be ready for something. It also means to me education because you learn about many things like stress and effects of bad things. How I plan to use D.A.R.E in the future is when I am in college. D.A.R.E needs one more thing. What would Officer Sarah do? Facts about drugs. They cause eternal brain damage. Drugs also affect the good chemicals in your brain. It can even change your personality and memory. It also leads to many different cancers and illnesses. You will also get stinky breath and yellow teeth and lung damage. A lot of businesses do not allow people who do drugs or drink irresponsibly. Drugs and alcohol are also pretty expensive. There are 1.8 million deaths and 5.2 million accidental injuries. I hope you learned well about drugs and alcohol. I really hope you do not use them in the future. And try to use confident communication for your community and help people stop their addictions. Thank you a lot for listening and reading my essay.
Did you know that cigarettes contain nicotine, and it's a very powerful substance that causes addiction? You can learn more about this on this page. This essay is about me talking about D.A.R.E, what I learned, how D.A.R.E is important to me, and how it impacts me now and in my later future. D.A.R.E topics and lessons have been really important to me because it really focuses on life lessons that can help me manage the world's problems. Some of what I have learned has to do with stress management. Stress is the main reason people smoke or go at tobacco use. Some of it's just because it's addictive. You know that around 475,000 deaths in the US per year are caused by two reasons. 75,000 of them are caused by alcohol, and over 400,000 are caused by smoking and tobacco. Another reason that is important to me is because it has taught me about alcohol. Alcohol drinkers, how to deny drinking, has taught me how to politely decline drinking, how to make excuses, or just how to reward drinkers and drinking. For example, you could just walk away, maybe make an excuse, or just hang out with non-drinkers. D.A.R.E has taught me about bullying and what I can do to stop it. Avoid it, help someone avoid it, or stand up to it. For example, if I saw someone being bullied, I would have three choices. I could stop it, tell the bully that if they didn't stop, I would have the power to tell an adult. I could help someone avoid it by asking them to do something. You are just straightforward tell an adult. If it happened to me, I would just tell them to stop or tell them that I had the power to tell an adult. Never be a bystander. D.A.R.E means a lot of things to me. Let's think twice about the situation you're in and think of a healthy solution to help you and maybe some people around you. It also means that you would like to think a healthy situation physically. So also think about your own body and what's safe and what's not healthy. Lastly, I believe it means prevent yourself and people around you from making poor decisions like bullying, drugs, and smoking, or tobacco use. You should always surround yourself with people who make smart decisions. This is why D.A.R.E means so much to me, and it should mean a lot to people who have heard and know about D.A.R.E. This has been all very interesting. I hope this could help me a lot. Ian.
Good afternoon. My name is Eric Fadden, and I'm the Chief of Police here at Plymouth Police Department. Thank you for allowing me a few minutes to speak to you on this very important day, your D.A.R.E graduation. Before I get too far into this talk, I would love to hear from all of you how Officer Sarah did this year in D.A.R.E. I often ask for a round of applause. Well, unfortunately, we know that we can't be there in person today, so I'm going to have to hear from Officer Sarah how loud you were with that applause. We're very proud of the work that Officer Sarah does with this department, especially with the D.A.R.E program, and I want to publicly thank her for all her excellent work. I think she does a great job, and I hope you all agree. I want to thank all the 5th grade teachers and the rest of the school administration and staff at Sunset Hill for finding time to allow Officer Sarah to come here and teach what I feel is an extremely valuable curriculum. I want to thank all of the parents supporting the D.A.R.E program and allowing us to have an opportunity to provide a valuable message to your children. My hope is that today marks the beginning of many conversations between you and your child about what they have learned in D.A.R.E and how they can use the D.A.R.E decision-making model to make wise and healthy choices throughout the rest of their lives. I want to thank the City Council and Mayor Washi for their continued support of the D.A.R.E program. Their support has allowed the Plymouth Police Department to teach D.A.R.E in the Wayzata School District for the past 30 plus years. I haven't been a Plymouth police officer for all of those 30 plus years. In fact, 30 years ago, during the second year that we were teaching the D.A.R.E program within our police department, I was sitting right where all of you are today as a 5th grader at Gleason Lake Elementary School in Wayzata School District, graduating from the D.A.R.E program. Since that time, the curriculum has changed a little bit, but the overall message has not. I remember many of those lessons that I learned back at Gleason Lake Elementary and continue to live by those lessons to this day. They've helped shape the person that I have become, and I'm grateful for having that experience. Now, I need to take a quick minute to talk about my former boss, Chief Goldstein. He has retired from the police department, but was a big supporter of the D.A.R.E program, as I am. I was always impressed with a request that he asked every student graduating from D.A.R.E, and I got the permission to talk about this same request and continue that request because I think it's extremely important. It has to do with your D.A.R.E t-shirts. I think they look great, and I want you to take a look at them quickly, if you have them with you, and see what it says at the very bottom of the t-shirt. It says Plymouth Police Department. We put our stamp of approval on those t-shirts. It isn't something that we do very often, and it's kind of a big deal. I want you to all wear those shirts with pride, and every time you wear that shirt, it's going to be a vivid reminder of the valuable lessons that you learned during your time in D.A.R.E. There will be a time, though, that shirt will not fit anymore. Instead of throwing the shirt away, I'd ask you to keep it. Keep it in with your other shirts in the shirt drawer or wherever you keep all your t-shirts. You won't wear it anymore, but every once in a while, you will come across that shirt in your drawer, and it will continue to serve as a reminder of the valuable lessons that you've learned in D.A.R.E, and it will continue to be relevant through your entire life. I want to thank you all again for allowing me a few minutes to talk to everyone. Congratulations on your D.A.R.E graduation. You should be very proud of yourselves. Thank you.